Now you shut up. I'm not going to let you sit here and talk to me like this.
Hey, what do you think I am? You think I'm a 5-year-old?
I'm your father.
Yeah, it was my wife.
Nancy forgot to tell Daddy her little secret, and we're going to talk about it in this video, so stay tuned. Y'all, Big Daddy Schlingeling done came to Washington and wreaked havoc on the Halson household. Where is Richard going? He said that it was over right before he left the house. Did he mean it? Was he just speaking out of anger, or is this really the end for Nancy and Richard? Richard was definitely the hero in this episode. He needed this, right? And we found out a little bit more about Richard's dad than what we intended. This low-life gambling hustler is still spewing lies to save face, but it's too little, too late. Richard's been waiting to ask this trigger for 3 whole seasons about what took place between he and Nancy. He finally confronted him, and both of them lying through their teeth. And I wouldn't believe they say either. Neither of them, because they've both been lying all of these years, and Daddy's still lying. He was going to take this to his grave without saying a mumbling word to his own son. Does Daddy even know that Nancy was pregnant? Does he know that his son was killed by a trigger-happy Secret Service agent? I don't think he has any idea. I mean, in this scene, Richard was clearly upset, right? And in previous episodes, he had just about enough of hearing Nancy talk about his daddy, and Nancy steady trying to explain their lies, trying to clear up the constant discrepancies, just continuing in more dishonesty. Then Richard snapped at her, told her to just shut up, and then Daddy jumped in to protect Nancy. What? Protecting Nancy? Was Nancy still in contact with the daddy after all these years? He jumped in a little too quickly, if you ask me. Like, Richard is no longer a boy. He's a grown-ass man. And who are you to tell him how to talk to his wife, especially after what you've done? Like, who does he think he is? And I think Richard should have just punched him in his mouth a couple of times. What do y'all think? Just for GP, general principle, right? No, he wanted to. And Nancy used to be this sweet, innocent little housewife, always there for her family, but she's lost a lot of credibility with me. I mean, she's a piece of work. And there was just one problem with this scene, though. Remember when Nancy was in St. Rhodes Hospital? She told us that the only reason that the affair stopped was because he didn't want to hurt Richard. But Richard is now telling us that the affair stopped because his mama found out. So which is it? A little bit of both, maybe? And another thing, I'm so sick of her saying that she was just a kid, using her age and immaturity as an excuse to be unfaithful to her husband. But kids don't sleep with men old enough to be their fathers, right? And kids definitely don't have babies and hide their pregnancies from their husbands. What kids do you know do that? And there are none. Just call a thing a thing. Just say that you wanted to sleep with him, right? Stop saying that you were a kid, because kids just don't do that. And we can all tell that Richard was pretty much waiting on this scene to take place, right? We could tell. He was so happy to release all of those cuss words, and he was letting him have it too. Richard was like that young man who finally grew up, right, and left his mom's house, and now he's just free to cuss as much as he wants to. That was Richard. That's exactly what he was going through in this scene. He even called Nancy a low-down, nasty bitch, right? From the pits of hell. No, he didn't say all of that, but I said it. Nancy is trifling, y'all. And this is really upsetting to me because we don't have any more good couples on the Oval now. Everyone has pretty much ruined their marriage. Sam messed up with Priscilla. Nancy has messed up with Richard. Victoria and Hunter have never been couple goals. Simone and Eli, not. And most definitely not Donald and Lily. And Richard, poor Richard, he'll never be the same again. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and let me know if you think Richard is gone for good, or will he forgive Nancy yet again and go back home? And while you're leaving your comments, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval like I am, go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one.